Okay. Okay, hopefully we're back. Oh, nope, not that one. Do we want that one? Okay. Go to Johnstown? Oh, God. You're going to see some really cheap properties there. Maybe let's see. Where is the browser? There we go. Oh, no. Put the video capture in front. Yes, thank you. My eyes. Okay, so I don't want to do Johnstown yet because that one's funny. Where we'll see some, what is it? Pennsylvania toilets or no, Pittsburgh toilets. That's it. Live again with a new URL. Okay, let me get the chat. Chat go. Is it the same? Yeah, it's the same chat. I guess the blue screen just like killed it. We'll see. Hopefully everyone comes back. Let me open up open up the thing. Get to the thing. All right. Is it the same chat? Do I have to open up a different chat? No, it should be the same one. Right? Do I have to refresh this page? Okay. Okay, I guess... Okay, yeah, I did have to open up a different chat. Pop out chat. Okay, there we go. Now I can see it. Yeah, no. My computer, I need to rebuild it at some point. But it will, in a very rare occasion, have a blue screen, and I don't know what causes it. I think it's a memory issue. And I think it's because I have the first gen Ryzen. Because first gen Ryzen came out, I believed in that shit hard. And within the first month it was out, I went to Micro Center, got a processor, got a motherboard, and got RAM. Goddamn, RAM was expensive in 2017. And I think it's because it's a first gen Ryzen that it's a little unstable sometimes. Anyway, let me open them back up. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh my god. Allergies or whatever I'm dealing with. Yeah, let's go to Allentown. Good name. Good name for a town. No bias. Turn on globe view. So Allentown's good again. You don't quite have the row home density that you'll get. Well, okay, here's some row homes. And you won't get the super narrow streets that you'll get in like Harrisburg, but you'll still get really cute shit like this. No, I have a first gen Ryzen with first gen motherboard. AM4 or whatever. It is the 8-core one, so it was like the bigger one at the time. But yeah, I mean, Allentown is like one of those, like, so many people would kill for this stuff and don't know, like, yeah, if you showed up someone a picture of this and you didn't give them a location, they would not be able to tell you where this is. Okay. Oh my god. Top 5 states. Let's say, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Vermont, and I have to pick a Western one, because, like, see, the thing is, like, if California got its shit together, it would be California. Otherwise, I would say, like, even though I hate on Colorado, I like Colorado a lot, and I think it has potential. And then Washington, same thing. I see a lot of potential in Washington. I would choose Illinois, but, like, I grew up in South Jersey, and even I have to admit that place is flat as fuck. What would I choose? Maybe Michigan. Michigan is an interesting place. Especially the Upper Peninsula. I mean, like, if you want to make... I can make, like, a full list, but, like... I would just sort states into good and bad. Or maybe good, bad, and, like, mid. Like, Florida, bad. But, like, Arkansas, mid. Well, politics of Arkansas, bad. But, like, Arkansas as a state, mid. All of these tiny, tiny Pennsylvania roads. People like these. Many people are saying this. Even, like, past the politics of Florida, I just can't exist in Florida because the humidity is like 120% all the time. There's a really good model train store in Allentown. I need to go. They have, like, a flea market once in a while that happens. Oh yeah, no, Pennsylvania places have tons of tiny alleyways. I mean, like, Philadelphia, if we're gonna go, if I'm gonna mansplain Philly, like, part of the reason why I love Philadelphia is because, like, so I live along the Parkway, or next to the Parkway, because you can't really live on the Parkway. I don't live in these places. These are the only places on the Parkway, technically. But the thing I like about Philadelphia is that you can walk just a little bit. Now, granted, this is like Center City, Fairmont area. Like, it's expensive. But, like, you're going to see the cutest fucking shit you've ever seen in your entire life if you just, like, zoom in and check out something. Like, I can walk a little bit, and, like, this street over here is, like, close to where, like, I live. Like, this is amazingly cute. It's kind of annoying that, like, cars can barely fit down this. Like, a pickup truck is not fitting down this road. Philadelphia is anti-pickup truck. But Logan Square, very expensive place. Definitely not cheap. But, like, even if I walk in, like, Fairmont up here, where's Green Street? I fucking love Green Street. There's some mansions that have been converted into apartment buildings up here that insanely beautiful buildings. Like, that's an apartment building now. And then it has, like, 8 or 10 apartments in it. Got a beautiful church across the street. This is like wintertime too, and all the trees. I know it's like springtime. But yeah, here's another one. Beautiful building, especially at night. Can I see like more days? I want to see when there's trees. Yeah, here's trees. Whoop. One of these buildings was owned by like, not this building, but there was a building around here. Oh, this, I can't. Does that need to stay up on, whatever. But yeah, I can walk like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes and I'll be like in this neighborhood. And I just like, I don't even like have to go somewhere. I just like walking and looking at these neighborhoods because they're really fucking cool. Yeah, I'll look at one of these houses and be like, I'll look at one of these houses and be like, oh, they're like $1 million, but like, that's not unreasonable. Like, yeah, that's expensive Philly-wise, but, like, that's not expensive US-wise. Green Street in general is very cool, because, the sidewalks are big. Very big sidewalks. Let's go this way. Yeah, very big sidewalks. And yeah, Philly's like one of those things, like, I really have hope in the city, because, like, obviously, if you go further north away from Center City, it becomes cheaper and it obviously becomes not as good. But the thing is that, like, you can go into a random street. What's neighborhood? Is this Germantown? Where is this? North Philly, what? Strawberry Mansion. So you can go on, like, Strawberry Mansion. Strawberry Mansion's not that bad. But, like, it's just all row homes everywhere. And, like, if they planted trees on these streets, this would be awesome. Apologize for these pretzels. Pretty loud, probably. Don't sleep on Manioc Roxborough. Yeah, no, I mean, Manioc is kind of... People know about Manioc. Or at least I would think. Manioc's a pretty popular neighborhood. Can I go on the bridge? Some neighborhoods have just never had trees, mainly because like they were lower income neighborhoods for a very long time, and either people never planted trees or never cared for the trees, so they didn't bother planting them. But yeah, let's look at Manioc. This is one of my favorite neighborhoods in Philadelphia. It's almost cliche that a lot of people move here. Hopefully, there's is that a sphere, photosphere? A good photosphere. Come on, give me a photosphere over the bridge. Oh, those aren't good. Give me a photosphere. I want a good one. No. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, place Europe. The only way that you could tell is the U.S. is the it's power lines and the old ad. Nah, Melbourne's not that bad. Melbourne is one of the least bad Australian cities. The worst is like Darwin. But yeah, Manioc, very cool. It's like San Francisco, but affordable. Because you have these like really steep hills. And the houses aren't made of stucco. They're actually stone brick, which I guess wouldn't fly in San Francisco because of earthquakes. But, I mean, you can get rent for a 2-bedroom here for $1,500. I had a friend that did that recently. And a good apartment, too, not a shit apartment. There's a street around here that's a favorite of mine. It's yeah, the train station's kind of cool. It's elevated through, so if you go on the street right here, you can see below. So the cobble, or excuse me, Belgian blocks. They're not cobblestones. Many people will get mad at you if you call them or cobblestones. Yeah, it's only 1500, 1500 two bedroom. Um, one of our friends from the Discord moved there recently, and he got a two bedroom for 1500. That's a bit more expensive. Nah, I wouldn't say more expensive. That's it's pretty much standard here in Philly now, for a good neighborhood. Yeah, you can get a free tree now. There's a whole like short slash TikTok that went viral because of that stuff. Who is messaging me? I like. Oh, here's one. Ooh, these are good. So Philadelphia, like a lot of other American cities at the time, like Chicago, New York, during the New Deal, like FDR, during the New Deal, so 1930s, they built new schools. They got a lot of money for new schools. So these 1930 like New Deal schools look fantastic. Like these are your typical like New Deal schools. A lot of them are not um, as good as they should be. They need a lot of work now, but still very cool. There's a cool street around here. I wonder if it's or lack of street, I guess it would be. Yeah, right here. Or where is it? There's like a no street somewhere. Goes from like the upper thing to the trail. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite buildings is the Philadelphia Department of Education building. It's not used as it anymore. It's used as apartments now, but this building is very cool. This is your Department of Education building. Pretty cool. It's got the Art Deco mixed with kind of a little neoclassical. And at the top of the building, if you look up there, there's like Isaac Newton, Ben Franklin, Confucius, and someone else I'm forgetting on the top of it. So it's pretty cool. Same with the Franklin Institute right next to it. I mean, all the very like this whole square or circle here kind of looks very European, except for the trenched highway, which they need to cap at some point. But our library very beautiful. The main library here, Philly. And then there's a bunch of museums on the side of the parkway going up to the art museum, of course, which most people know as the Rocky Steps, or I guess it's marked as the Rocky Steps. Yeah, Darwin. I mean, Darwin and what's the other one that's in the middle of nowhere? Perth. Is it Perth? I think they're both frustrating, I guess. But Melbourne and Sydney are definitely the better ones. Brisbane's not too bad either. Just needs to densify. Um, what's really cool about Philly is this is Callow Hill, this neighborhood. Callow Hill has the rail park, which they're trying to build out eventually on the old Reading Viaduct. Um, but Callow Hill used to be a very industrial part of the city. So you have a lot of warehouse conversions, like these buildings. Like these are now condos and apartments. Um, and what was it? This whole section is turning into apartments now. Um, what was it? Let's see. Let's see. Give me a small to medium sized city to look at that is not something usual that people would look at. I know Troy, New York. I know Williamsport. Milwaukee is not a small city. Dayton, Ohio. I like Dayton, Ohio. Cincinnati is. Well, people know what Cincinnati is. Come on. Salem, Massachusetts. Is that the one that has... Yeah, let's look at that. Is Salem the one with the Park Service tram? Oh, no. I'm thinking of Lubbock, Texas. I'll look at Lubbock in a sec. I like Lubbock, actually. Isn't that... That's the one with all the brick streets. Let's see. Is there any commuter service to Salem? Is it the Downeaster? No, okay. So Newport, Newburyport, Rockport. Okay. Okay, this is cool. That's kind of dope. They pedestrianize that. Can you drive down that, or is that only? Doesn't look like you can. Can you drive down this? Yeah. Okay, parts of it. That's cool. What is this building? Peabody Essex Museum. Modern venue, American Asian artwork. I love the fucking... They've definitely leaning into the witch stuff. Understandable. Very kind of funny. That's probably the tourist section of the city, I would assume. lot of places to eat around here. All right, let's see the turbo terrible interchange. Let's see how bad it is. It could be worse. Could be a lot better. I like the median, how far the median goes out, because that means that cars can't cut. You can't cut the corner if you have the median go really far out into the intersection. That's a good design. I just make the crosswalk raised. Because, like, there ain't no way you slowing people down on this wide of a road. There's no reason this needs to be as wide. That bike lane, though. Nah. Get rid of that shit. At least there's a median. That bike lane, though. No. Turn lane, no. What are you doing? No, don't do that. Yeah, Salem's funny because you have a bunch of like really cool shit and a bunch of probably older housing stuff that's nice, and then you have just like Turbo Strode area with insane This is like New Jersey shit. Like, oh, I should do that after. Talk about New Jersey shit. But yeah, this is. They need to redo that. They need to redo this. All of this. Is it double tracked here? Yeah, it's double tracked. The fuck is that? Oh, it's probably a defect detector. It's like you used to have another line going off this direction. Oh, well, let's check it. Where is it? Open rail map. Where's Salem? Salem. Yeah, okay. So what? I don't know. Okay, so it's just a yard. There was never another track. But interesting, there's a Y there. Is an underground Y? Oh. I don't see a Y. Are they building it? What does the dotted line mean? Branch line, because it's yellow. And then dotted line is abandoned. No. Proposed track. Okay. So why did they want to put a Y there? Is there like extra service that they want to run or something? Proposed track. I guess if they build the Y, they could go to Peabody. That's such a New England town. Oh, I guess they want to go to Danvers, right? Oh yeah, I've heard of this extension. What does Danvers look like? Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I guess you got a little little downtown. Kinda. It's trying. It's trying. This is not place New Jersey. This is probably place like there are some places in Jersey that kind of look like this, but like I don't know, this place like Long Island. This is giving Long Island vibes. But yeah, you can see the old rail line here. I guess it's still kind of there. It's not ripped up. No, so it's kind of there. I guess that won't take... Yeah, you need new track, though. So, like, if they're... I guess they'd probably put the station, like, right here. I guess that's where the old station is. Or was. Oh, my mouse. My mouse is dying. That's not terrible. That's a decent extension. Oh. If we're talking about MBTA. So, we know how... the subway system in Boston kersplodes all the time because of lack of funding and like major disinvestment until like quite recently. But part of the reason why that is not only the big dig, but because MBTA has funneled a lot of money from the main part of the system to the commuter rail portion. And this is politically, or political-wise, because the people with a lot of money usually live in the suburbs, especially politically influential people sometimes live in the suburbs. So my shitty-ass town out in bumfuck nowhere is going to get at least one train an hour because I'm rich enough to lobby the politicians to build the thing. But someone in downtown Boston doesn't have time nor the money to do this shit. So the Orange Line will just continue to kerplode because of deferred maintenance. So let's take a look at some of the insane amounts of money that has gone into the MBTA program. To start off with this, we got to start with the town of Hingham. Hingham is over here. Now, Hingham was full of turbo NIMBYs. And Hingham did not want a train running through its downtown. But Hingham is on the main line to get trains over to, where is it? Like Greenbush and some of the other bigger stops on the coast here. So the train has to go through Hingham. Are you ready to see what they did? So first, they moved the Hingham station outside of the town so that the trains would not stop in the city or in the town. Now remember, this is like a town of like how many fucking people? 24,000 people. So like, it's decent, but that's a stupid huge boundary. So like the actual town of Hingham is probably only a few thousand people maybe. But let's take a look at how they dealt with the trains in Hingham. So, do you see what's going on here? Let me give you a different angle. Do you see what's going on? This is F40 hauled double-decker heavy rail going under a town. They went under the town. And remember, this is only like a 1 or 2 hour like frequency train route. So they spent an exorbitant amount of money because these NIMBYs bitched off themselves. Let me see if it, you can't really see it because there's no real like road you can see like in the back of it. Maybe you might be able to see over here. It's like, you can't really see it. But you can see like they did like the retaining walls, and then you did the, what are those called? Kind of like the retaining beams that go over the tunnel before it enters the tunnel. But it goes under a tunnel, and you can see some of the air vents on top here. Like if we go on the street, like it's a cute downtown, but it's not worth like the however millions of dollars they spent. Like, yeah, there's your air vent for the F-40 going up, like under the town. And I guarantee the town like probably shakes more with the train going under it than the train going through it. Either way, like that's the shit that like commuter rail services like will invest money into instead of like doing sane things, because like NIMBYs and people with money live in these places and they want service, but at the same time, I don't want the train in my town. So you get this insane piece of infrastructure. And the worst part is like, it's a single track. It's not even double tracked. It only goes back to double tracks outside of the town. And I think it goes to double tracks like outside here. No, past Nanzit Junction. But yeah, and then, so, okay, we have that. That's one example of MBTA spending a shit ton. Like MBTA has money, but they're just not spending it on the right things. So that's one example. And now let's look at some of the other things they've done. So this line kind of snakes its way down. But it does something a little goofy. You see, the line needs a yard, but it's a new commuter rail line, so we have to spend a stupid amount of money on a yard. Let's see if we can see it. So yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's technically a main line. So 4 tracks and all concrete platform staging area. And like this line gets how many trains an hour? 1 hour, 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour, and then after 6 p.m. So like that entire thing was built for 1 hour frequency. Like you don't need that. And this isn't even the worst one. Where's the worst one? Because like, so I gotta turn on, I forget this. Yeah, it shows. Okay. So the worst one we gotta show off is Kingston. Because the train actually goes down here to Kingston and Plymouth, which has a little cute downtown. And it used to go all the way down here into Plymouth, but they cut it back and made it a rail trail for some god-awful reason. And they cut back the station to here. Luckily, they're building TOD, which is not terrible. But instead of terminating most of the trains here, because they don't terminate most of the trains here, they only terminate some of the trains here, they terminate them over here. What? And this is not, track wasn't here before. Like if we go to Kingston, this is not old track. They built this entire spur off of the original Plymouth branch just to build this park and ride, instead of just improving the service to downtown Plymouth. And it gets worse, because instead of doing the same thing and just putting the park and ride on the line itself, they built this branch, and this branch goes from this insane park and ride, wraps its way over here next to the highway, and then goes under the highway through a tunnel, then back out, and then under the highway again, and then rejoins the rail route to go back to Boston. That's insane. Why? Why are you spending money on this? Like, again, this is probably like one train an hour at maximum. Yeah, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30. Yeah. Hour frequency. Oh, 2 hour between the end trains here. Yeah, so like, I don't know what MBTA is doing, but they're spending money on the wrong things. I don't know what they're doing. And that's kind of consistent around the entire system. There's like little things like that that are just everywhere. And it's like, as much as I think that MBTA is underfunded, yeah, you can point to that stuff and be like, what are you doing? What the fuck is that? And I agreed with a lot of people. Yeah, they probably spent some of the money badly in a lot of different ways. So MBTA definitely deserves more shit for that. Now, for the systems are kind of a little truncated from each other, a little separated. Like the commuter rail system is a little bit administered different than the like intercity, like the subway and the Green Line and stuff like that. So I don't quite understand what's going on there. Either way, yeah, MBTA, what are you doing? But yeah, let's look at Lubbock, Texas, because someone asked for that earlier. So Lubbock is actually so even though Texas gets a lot of shit for some things, San Antonio is is decent. But Lubbock, it's up here on the top. Now, most people in Texas know Lubbock for the university that's there, because it's a university town. It's very grid, as you can see. But Lubbock is known for, where's the university? The Texas Tech. Texas Tech, pretty cool. Got some, I mean, it's a university, so you're going to have some walkable stuff, and it does. The arena could be better. But for the most part, for Texas, it's actually pretty good. And for Texas, you got some relative density here. And then once you get to the downtown is actually pretty cool. Downtown is all brick streets. Like every single street down here is brick. They're wide because Texas cities, especially old ones, were wide because a lot of cities revolved around cattle and livestock, and selling stuff on the streets. You kind of historically had wide streets in Texas cities. And of course, you have the railroad over here. But yeah, no, Lubbock is not a bad place, especially compared to a lot of other Texas cities. It's a little goofy, of course, but like for the most part, it's not that bad. The brick streets are cool. You got some new and old, taller buildings. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting place. Texas should be highlighted for some of these places more than some of the other. And the blocks are small. That's another good thing. The blocks are very small, actually. 350 feet long, 350 foot long, or 100 meters long. Not bad. Definitely the opposite of a lot of places. The fuck is this? Oh, Greyhound bus station. Huh? Oh, it's like a new one. Look at Tech Terrence. Where is that? Copy. Where is that? Why is my paste not working? Oh, that neighborhood? Okay. Is that just like a public park? Oh, I've definitely seen this in some videos before. Because I know a guy that I think went to Texas Tech. And he would film a lot of his RC plane videos in this park here because this looks familiar. Um, but yeah, I mean, like this kind of suburbia style or style suburbia isn't that bad. Because like yeah, it's single family housing, but like it's single family housing, and you have relatively narrow streets, and then like you have sidewalks, and it's pretty consistent throughout, and it's a grid. So that means that traffic on every single street is not going to be insane. And then it looks like you have some mixed, like, kind of, um, was it commercial stuff in between the houses, which is good, and a high school, um, or middle school, I guess it is. So like that's not this style of development. It's not like the best, but it's not the worst. And like you could be probably happy living here and bike most places. And it looks like, I mean, this isn't bad. Just need less parking, or at least make it like street facing. What's the transit system here? City bus. Is this only? Damn. Okay, that's not bad. What's like the frequency on these? Route 1. Oh, wait. Is it every hour? Okay, that's not terrible. It's not good. Is there like a frequent route? Let's see. Let's see. Game Warrior. Is there any route that's like frequent? I'm assuming some of the Texas Tech ones might be. Let's look at Route 41. Okay, so that's just within the campus. Okay, that's more frequent. There we go. What is that? Every 5 minutes? Yeah, it's like every 5 minutes. Yeah, every 5 to 10 minutes. That's not bad. Okay, so within the campus or the college related ones seem not bad. Yeah, the college ones seem pretty good. Okay. They're kind of short though, so I assume just one bus could do this, or maybe one or two buses. This is every 10 minutes. It's not bad. 47. Okay, that one's a little bit longer. Why is there a train station symbol? The fuck is that? Um, this is every 20 minutes? Yeah, this one's every 20 minutes. It's not bad. Let's see if any. There's got to be like one city one that's not too bad. Let's try Route 9. Every hour. Damn. Are there any good city ones? Let's try 34. Every hour. Okay, so all the city ones are every hour. I mean, for tiny, this is not that small. This population. Uh, what's the population? Okay, 260. Okay, that's not that small then. But that's also including all these like little tiny things on the outside too. But yeah, I mean, like, I assume there used to be a train station somewhere downtown. But yeah, Texas is frustrating because there could be so many good Texas Amtrak services because, like, so many of these services just run in like a straight line forever. Like, they just run in a straight line forever. Like, it's until they hit like some hills, but like they'll run in a straight line for an insane amount of time. And it's like if you just got the speeds up to like 100 or 110, the service could be really good. The problem is just that Texas is like insane amount of traffic for BNSF and UP, so you just have to haggle with them, which is going to be the harder part. San Diego, good. It just needs to densify. Let's see. But what was it? I'm gonna go grab a snack and use the bathroom real quick. So I will be right back.
Yeah. Used to think I was fine on my own, yeah. Had a house, but you made it a home. I'll be your light on your darkest day. Just don't love me half of the way. Used to carry the weight of it all, yeah. Before I had you there to break my fall. Paying no mind to what your friends may say. Just don't love me half of the way. We're half of the way to being broken hearted. We're half of the way unless you let me in. We're half of the way from being back to the start. So don't love me half of the way. I can see you were lonesome as me, yeah. You said you could use some company, yeah. I chip away, but your walls don't break. You still love me half of the way. We're half of the way from being broken hearted. We're half of the way unless you let me in, darling. We're half of the way from being back to the start. So don't love me half of the way. You can say that it's only a game. I don't mind playing the fool, but nobody wants to hold half of a hand, and nobody breaks half the rules. No, no. Yeah. I'll be your light on your darkest day. Just don't love me half of the way. We're half of the way to being broken hearted. We're half of the way unless you let me in, darling. We're half of the way from being back to the start. So don't love me half of the way. Whoa, we're half of the way, yeah, baby. Oh yeah, we're half of the way. We're half of the way from being back to the start. So don't love me half of the way. Just don't love me half of the way. Just don't love me half of the way. Oh, no. Play it, yeah. Looking all around at the people I see, everybody's living the dream. Starring in the show that we film on our phones, taking photos for pretend magazines. I don't want silver, don't want the bronze. I won't play party, I play the fines. Every time I see a shiny thing on the screen, maybe that could be me. Everybody's running, falling up for something golden, golden. We won't stop believing till we get that something golden, golden. face, wishing that you had that kind of time. I don't want silver, don't want the bronze. I won't play party, I play the fines. Try to keep my head down, does not care. Hey, what's that over there? Everybody's running, every Sunday.
Okay, I return. Hopefully you enjoy the chill stuff while you're waiting. I am waiting also for a pizza in the toaster oven. So gotta get that in a sec. What else was I? Oh, so there's a bunch of old videos that I have. Oh, I love San Juan. San Juan, very good, especially the old part of the city. And the El Train should be extended. Let's see. So, before I started doing, oh, that is not what I want to find. Is it in the N drive? So before I did the Armchair Urbanist, I was talking about it earlier. I did a lot of I did RC plane and drone stuff. And I have a lot of that unlisted on YouTube. And I also have it all somewhere on my computer. So if I find... Ah, there they are. Okay. Airplane. Quadcopter stuff. Finished. Finished movies. Okay. I need to find one that is not too dumb or too old. And also not, like... doxing my parents, because I flew a lot at my parents' house. Also, some of them are very like time. So originally, when I wrote or made the stuff, what was it? when I made a lot of the older stuff, it was using music. Like it's just edited footage to music, and a lot of it I just have to find one that's not too edited to music so that you can tell what we're doing. This one I think is good. It's definitely not the best flying in the world. So let's see. Window capture, properties, VLC. Is that not? Is that not? Doesn't pick up the video? Okay. Why? Please pick up the video. Okay, what if I do... Get rid of that. We'll add media source. Okay, now I gotta find the file directory this is in. So, airplane, quadcopter, finished. Okay. Which one was it? New Street Flying. I think it's this one. Okay. Can I pause this? Okay, no, I'll just turn it down because it's basically music. But yeah, before I did where's my video capture? Put the video capture on top. There you go. Before I did a lot of this stuff, I did FPV stuff. Which is like a lot of drone stuff. This is Bailey flying. I think I started the video with him crashing or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I got into video editing because Bailey's my friend from high school, and we would fly a lot of the drone stuff together. The fun thing to do would be someone flies a drone and the other person flies an airplane, and you chase each other, or vice versa. Like here you go. Here's some footage. If you ever get into the DIY or RC hobby. It's a lot of fun to do this. It's not the best footage. I guess it was pretty windy that day. But it's a lot of fun. I guess it's less windy here and better. Maybe it's me flying. Yeah, this is probably me flying the drone because this is substantially better footage. When Bailey was definitely not the best pilot when it comes to the drones. He was a good pilot when it came to airplanes. It was also probably I think it was windy that day too. But anyway, this is what I did before I did a lot of the YouTube or the urban planning stuff. So I did a lot of like DIY airplane and drone stuff. So definitely not like what you'd expect me to do. But yeah, it's a fun hobby. It's definitely like model trains. It's a huge money pit. Oh, there's my flying wing. That thing is a piece of shit. That thing crashed so much, it is more hot glue now than it is foam board. But it still flies. There's the camera on the... Oh, yeah, I was in the, it's the AIAA thing that colleges have. I was in it too. I was their pilot. There's a drone flying behind the airplane. But yeah, we would build a lot of planes out of like foam board. It's basically foam board origami. You fold it over, you hot glue it, you cut out stuff, glue it together. You make some motor mounts out of wood. You make a huge wire mesh inside of it, and you hope it works. There's the flying wing. Flying wing was pretty fast. Flying wings are a little difficult to fly because you can actually lose orientation because you can't tell the bottom from the top of it. But sometimes this one wasn't. This one was painted black, and the ailerons were, or the Elevons, excuse me, were painted white, or I guess they weren't painted; they were just white. But yeah, it's a fun hobby. Some of the funny. Let me see. Is it this video? Some of the funniest thing I have is there's a little drone that I have. It's like it's the size of the palm of my hand. It probably weighs like 50 grams at maximum. Tiny little thing. I would fly that at parties. Yes, pizza's done. I will get that in a sec. But yeah, I see video. No, not video. Media source properties. Browse. So the tiny drone. I forget which is the original file. This one? Oh. So the little drone was kind of fun because it didn't have a GoPro on it, but you had to record through like an analog little thing. So it looks like a VHS. But you could fly this little thing through and around everything, and you could bump into people. It would feel like you're getting bumped into by like a tiny or like a large bug. But this is a neighbor of mine down near my parents' house. They would have a big pumpkin carving party every year before Halloween, like a week or two before Halloween. I still go to that. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we used to walk. I think it's like 2 blocks down the street to their house, and they'd have this little carving party, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, this is me terrorizing the party with this little tiny drone. Yeah, I actually do have footage. I recently got a new drone because I had an old DJI one. Actually, I could play that. Oops, wrong thing. Media source properties. Where's the DJI one? Phantom B-roll, Phantom B-roll. There we go. It's because I did old. Gotta. There we go. Yeah, because I've had like photography drones for a long time. Like this is from 2016, 2017-ish. So this is your typical like DJI Phantom drone, which is more a computer flying than you are flying. Well, you guys watch that pretty footage. Let me go get the pizza. So yeah, this DJI drone that we had, this is a Phantom 3. So this is like, oh god, this is probably like 6 or 7 generations old now. Like it's definitely not up to date when it comes to equipment nowadays. It looks decent, like its footage is okay. It's definitely usable, but it had like terrible low light, and it had terrible anything other than perfect lighting situations. Most of the footage you're seeing here is either Pitman or Glassbro. But yeah, this drone was fine. I still have it. I could probably use it for like carrying stuff or whatnot, but it's not that good. So I recently got where's my webcam? Recently picked up this guy, which this is a DJI Mini 3. So you will be seeing stuff from it now, but it's funny. This is like so improved image quality, and it's like so much smaller compared to the Phantom 3 that I used to fly. And like, yeah, but yeah, you will be seeing more like whatchamacallit, overviews of places. Actually, I do have some footage. Do I? I don't know. I'll have to see if I can pull it up some other time. But let's see. Let me see if there's any friends I could get on to join me in a game, possibly. Definitely overcooked this pizza a little bit. Let me see if I can, because I already asked a few of the other YouTubers if they're up to anything, and they said they were busy or asleep because they're European. But fixing Franklin 2.0. I mean, like I already played City Skylines earlier, and I saw that I have to fix a lot of it. So yeah. Let's see. Let me ask someone. Oh, that didn't tag a person. I love when Discord does that. Just that was like, yeah, no, there was way too many people talking. I like hearing people talking, and I like having a bunch of voices in a stream, but that was too much. That was way too much. Let me see if I can pull someone on. Let's see. Gotta edit. So there's. How do I? Oh, why is the audio quality so low on that? Turn that up. Permissions. See, this is like a dry run of the whole thing. So there is some stuff we're missing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm bleeding viewers, so I mean, I need to play something. You gotta need something to look at. Otherwise, just ask me questions. I'll try to answer some stuff right now. Actually, I haven't checked that Twitter post that I posted a while ago. No idea if people actually like that or not.
Hello.
Hey. Oh. Hey. I can hear you.
Nice.
Think it. Hold on. Is my talk again?
Talking.
Okay. So this is Mike, or Urban Jersey Guy, as he is in my Discord.
Oh, hey.
Yes, you are on the stream. Let's see. How is your night going?
Pretty good. Just moved into a place in Jersey City.
Yeah, you're showing me all the insanely lead lined CRT TVs that you had to carry.
Yeah, I own like 15, but only 3 of them made it into the apartment. So,
What happened to the other ones?
they're gonna be chilling at my mom's house. We can only fit so many in here.
He's quiet. Okay, how do I change? How do I change that? Because, like, I don't want that to be stupid loud for me.
It could be my fault. I can mess around with my settings.
No, I'm just going to turn you up on Discord and see if that makes it better. Oh no, Matt, stop posting Alon Levy screenshots.
Oh no.
I do not want to see. I do not see. Have you seen Metro's plan for the inner and outer services on regional rail? Yes, I have. It's good. I mean, like, the crux of having better service is just running more trains. Speaking of Metro, they got that big extension planned. I mean, I have multiple opinions on that. That probably should have been Amtrak. Also, hey, Charlotte. Let's see. So what game? I mean, I could go into settings and like start up a open TTD thing, but that would require a little bit of work. Let's see. What other still other than other than let's see. I could play Mini Metro. Fuck yeah, I'll do that. That is just an update, and then we'll do that. Where's Gam? My eyes. Game capture properties. There we go. We'll do this. This is a fun game.
Hello.
Hello. How's your day going?
It's going. I am booting up NIMBY Rails to damage myself by playing.
The what? You're really quiet.
Hopefully. I am playing NIMBY Rails right now.
Oh, okay. Jelloc, I don't know why, but the people in Discord are just quiet in general.
That's probably my user volume.
Let me check. No, I have you at 100. I can turn you up a little bit though. Maybe I just have Discord down in general.
You're like the loudest person on Discord. I think it's because you're using a real mic, and the rest of us are using like garbage tier mics.
Well, I turned you up a bit, so please turn up. Yeah, I mean, I do have it set up in a way so that does sound good. Oh, come on. No, don't go away. Can you give a brief synopsis of Alan Levy for those of us that are out of the loop? I really don't read his work. I saw one of his videos and it seemed fictional based on data and not political reality. Yeah. One could say that. The problem with Alan is that they come from an incredibly, like, carriage. Alan comes from an incredibly, like, optimistic... Not optimistic, that's the wrong word. Academic point of view when it comes to thing, and that very much the politics, especially local politics, do not play into a lot of their opinions on things. So yeah, you could run like fucking 50 trains an hour through Penn Station if you did through running, but are you gonna get the fiefdoms of Long Island Railroad and NJ Transit to work together? No.
I mean, the MTA can't even get Long Island Railroad and Metro North to work together.
No. Oh. This is called Mini Metro. Very fun game. Basically, you have to get the shapes to the other shapes where they want to go. I think it's like $3 or $4 on the phone, usually. Yeah, this game gets stressful. The problem is that, oh, there's no squares on, yeah, no, fucking come here. This game just gets really stressful, because it's like, come on, I'm gonna get in our line. Give me our line. Give me our line, thank you. Line.
Pray it doesn't overcrowd and destroy it before you can solve the problem.
This game gets very stressful. I've played Mini Motorways. I mean, yeah, they're both good in my opinion. Depends on what you want to. When is the SEMTA review coming out? Is SEMTA the Detroit one? I mean, SEMTA should just get their commuter rail to Pontiac back, but that should honestly be a Michigan service instead.
Yeah, doesn't Detroit have like 3 transit agencies?
I think so, because part of it is the burbs.
So their streetcar is like private.
Yeah. The issue with Mid Metro is the station are randomly placed instead of being master plan system. Yeah, I know, but that's kind of this game is not supposed to be high level thinking planning. It is a very beautifully designed what is it? Sound what is it? Sound design. It's a very, very nice sound design, which I'll give it. I should have took the bridges. I was dumb. I'm dumb. Like how it resembles the tube map. There is a London map that you can play. I think Alon Levy is a big influence on Reese Martin. Kind of. I think I like Reese a lot, but I think he definitely takes influence from a lot of the places he's lived, which understandably. But at the same time, not everything should be a light automated metro.
We need more heavy metro.
I need quad track heavy metro. That's what I need. Quad track heavy rail metro.
Express metro everywhere is. It should be every city over 1 million
Yes.
to get a quad track.
Cut and cover, quad track, heavy rail metro. Once you have read the, a lot of the IRT stuff in New York, your mind will be changed. Be like, yes, I understand. Alon has, well, the problem with Alon is that some of their ideas are smart. Problem, though, is that a lot of what they say, though, is I'm gonna fucking lose this, aren't I? Let's put this down here. Yes, I know. Go away. Oh! I didn't mean to choose that. A star? Oh, no. No, where's the interchange? No. Ah! Alright. I'm gonna lose this soon, I have a feeling. Yeah, one of these stations is gonna... the A. The A in New York is a good example. What, the quad track, I forget what street it's under.
Basically, choose a Manhattan Avenue, and there's a quad track trunk under there somewhere.
Yeah. Shit's cool. Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking lose. I'm gonna lose this soon. Oh, I got a new locomotive, okay. Carriage, let's get a carriage. Get that bitch hauling. What am I gonna need a locomotive on? Probably the Purple Line, I'm thinking. Yeah, definitely the Purple Line. Uh-oh. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Pick up some shit. No, it's over. It's Jover. Alright. $58 days. Okay, not too bad. Menu. Yeah, there's Paris and there's London. We'll go on to Warsaw though. Graphic design of this game, fantastic.
So what is the objective of this game?
Transport the most amount of people and last the most amount of days.
And like, what does it mean to like not last?
Basically a station will just get too full.
Okay.
Like I lost because there was a station in Manhattan that overfilled.
Yeah. So like Union Station on a normal day.
Yeah, sorta. I'm gonna pause this and get more pizza real quick. But yeah, no, if we're talking about like New York stuff, probably the best line in New York to have an example of is the 7 train. That's like my favorite.
So the stream is ours now.
All right, back.
Whoa. Oh shit.
I'm omnipresent. I know.
That was the fastest pizza run I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like right behind me. Gotta get it off the counter. I'm probably gonna do a video about the congestion charge in New Jersey. It's frustrating to say the least.
Yeah, I have things to say about that, but I guess maybe they're cancelable takes.
I mean, it's political pandering, essentially.
Yeah, I
Does
mean,
it-
but the problem is like the funding shouldn't just go to the MTA. Even
No,
though
it should go to NJ Transit and Path.
Yeah,
Like they should have negotiated a slice of the pie, you know.
And that's what they should be doing. They shouldn't be bitching about cars. They should be negotiating where the money goes.
Yeah.
yeah. The problem is Gottenheimer and Murphy are like the two strongest powers in this relationship, and they are both very car-brained.
Unfortunately, even though Murphy's trying to be a climate positive governor, which I give him credit for shitting on the NIMBYs that are trying to get the windmills canceled.
Yeah, he's not the worst person in the world, but like, yeah, he's not doing enough.
No. What's the beef with Adam something? He's fine. He's fine. He's gotten better. But like originally, he was very derivative. In the future, wouldn't be unheard of to do stuff with him, but yeah, no, the original beef was just very derivative.
Yeah, $10 billion turnpike expansion. Yeah, that's a thing that Murphy is doing.
Is it 10 billion now?
Yeah, so it started off at like 3.2 or 3.5 billion, and then obviously inflation, all that, and then they were like, okay, we had to replace the bridge as well. So it's ending up being 10 billion because they also have to acquire a bunch of properties along the way as well. And property values have gone up in Jersey City as well, so it's going to be insanely expensive.
So we're saying 20 billion conservatively at the end.
It's going to be more than 10. It's going to be more than 10 because if it's going to happen, it's going to happen a few years from now. And it's crazy because the North Bay Bridge, which is the I-78 extension, which is what's happening, was just redecked like a few years ago.
Yeah, no, imagine if NJ Transit got that money.
Yeah, I
Why would
mean,
they lose?
NJ Transit's capital budget plan is something like $20-something billion. They could literally do everything in their capital budget plan for all the money that the Turnpike is spending.
Yeah.
And they'd still have like money left over for some other stuff probably by the end of the project.
Yeah, they're spending like $30 billion on highways over the next, I don't know, it's something like 8 to 10 years.
Oh, don't get me started about light metros. I don't know. For Charlotte-sized city, debatable.
Light
For-
metro has a place, but like, it's not the only solution that we should pursue.
The problem with light metro is that it's only slightly removed from LRT. The literal only difference between light metro and LRT are fare gates and the fact that the thing drives itself. And high platforms, I guess. Because usually LRT vehicles and light metro vehicles are very similar with capacity.
I think the ability to expand capacity for light metros is a little bit better.
True. Yeah, grade crossings, I guess, would be the other thing. But even then, like, if you have grade crossings timed and actual things like set, most of the time grade crossings are not an issue for most services.
Me watching the HBLR go outside my window.
That thing should not fucking stop at crossings. So dumb.
I think it has some signal priority, but it's not enough.
It does, yeah, not nearly enough.
The,
Hello, Rose.
howdy. The E line in LA is the same thing.
Where'd my Discord go?
Taking out to go
Where'd my Discord go?
Culver City. All of the gates are priority, but not like override. So you end up either blasting through them and getting to the elevated portion, and like picking up speed there, or you're hitting every single gate.
Oh, I gotta turn Rose up. Rose is really quiet.
How's this?
Oh, that's a lot better.
My inline mute is terrible, and it just mutes the connection.
Yeah, you
and
gotta
then just lowers
remember.
the connection.
You gotta remember that's on. Excuse me.
Or you could forget every time.
So true. High platform LRT is light metro that has cut corners on interacting with car traffic, stopping at red lights. Looking at you, LA. Yeah, the LA one confuses me. LA should have built a system like BART.
They were too hyper fixated on the monorail though at the time,
This is true.
which would have been cool if it was made, but like it would have been really hard to get like a life cycle out of that.
Besides the Pennsylvania Railroad, what railroad had the best commuter service in your opinion?
Can't say New York City because that was served by 4 different
Well, no.
served by 4 different railroads.
I mean, the New York Central would be a good answer.
Illinois Central, I think.
Yeah, the Illinois.
Metro Electric.
I mean, the Metro Electric or the Illinois Central Electric District was very good.
yeah.
It was the
Plus
first
with-
to have turnstiles, I think, right?
I think so. It was like they were running trains really frequently. Like it was like every 5 minutes on every branch.
Yeah,
There's
no.
4 of them, I think.
Yeah, there's a reason why it's still good, even though Metro should run more stuff. Does the South Shore count? The South Shore connects with the Illinois Central, so kind of. Don't forget the New Haven.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying about New York City. You have New Haven, you have Pennsy, you have Central New Jersey, you have
Erie.
New York Central, you have Erie, you have the
Lackawanna.
and you have the Long Island Railroad doing its own thing.
If you want a not East Coast railroad that did good commuter stuff, probably Southern Pacific. The Bay Area Southern Pacific stuff was actually pretty decent.
Obviously, the best commuter railway was the interurban cars in LA.
What are you no? Oh, what are you talking about? The New York and Susquehanna, the Syracuse Goofy service.
On track.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was literally just like a. That was literally just like a pet project of the owner of the New York and Susquehanna.
Did New York Central, did New York's capital region ever have a commuter rail system?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's in New York Central. Oh, and the Delaware and Hudson. Excuse me.
I was looking at what.
Well, I
they
mean, you
tore
could-
down.
Yes, but I more mean like a commuter line for like Rensselaer and like the surrounding areas versus like New York Central, where they would just run effectively the same thing that Amtrak is running today of a shuttle between New York and Albany.
Well, there was the Delaware and Hudson, which ran. The Delaware and Hudson had a beautiful train station in Albany, which is still
that-
it's still there.
Was that the West Shore one?
Yes,
Ah,
Delaware and Hudson had the most. They had the their paint scheme fucked.
my hometown is right next to West Point, so West Point had a train stop, and then like 100 yards down the line, my town had a train stop. Which was very funny, because up until 9/11, we literally had some streets that were interconnected, like where you would just drive down the street and then you'd be in West Point. So to have the two separate is interesting.
Got some REM talk in chat.
Yes, they were. I was talking about REM for a little bit, mainly kind of shitting on it a little bit.
Oh, I was paying. REM's great.
REM is good.
I'm not being paid to say REM is great. I swear.
REM is good. It just could have been better. It's my opinion. It could have been better. It's kind of.
I love
Wow.
how that. I
Wow,
love how
Alan.
that photo just shows that Albany has always had the absolute worst, like, spaghetti monster of a waterfront.
Yes.
Oh, it's been like that for decades. But yeah.
I love seeing politicians now be like, yeah, but Albany's a great example of a revitalization effort that worked, and it's like, all you did was mow down a bunch of black communities that were also entangled by the highway spaghetti monster, and then put up some parks.
Albany just needs an east-west light rail system. That's all it needs.
Albany's not even like, it's so small.
Yeah,
Albany-
you could have like a 5-mile long like east-west light rail system, and it would serve a lot of people.
That you're fair. That's fair. Every time that I think about other places in New York getting infrastructure, like that, I'm just like, oh my god, please give it to like Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse. They're the ones who need it more.
Well, Buffalo just needs an extension of the current system, and then
Well, we need our original system actually built instead of only being done partially.
Ashley, I'm gonna disagree with you on that. Albany is pretty good. There are neighborhoods that are actually really nice row home centric neighborhoods. It's
Also,
just
remember a big portion of Albany's good area was rolled over to make Empire Plaza.
yeah, okay. So mixed opinions there.
Yeah.
Because Empire Plaza is cool.
Empire
but
Plaza knocked out like most of Albany.
oh yeah, no, but it's cool.
There's a project, I think it was called like 52 Acres or whatever like that. And it just talks about all the stories of like the tens of thousands of people that were displaced by that project.
Yeah, it is very cool.
I gotta say, it is a cool area to look at, but it's horrible to be there because if you're not in one of those buildings, you're being baked alive by the concrete like bowl.
Yeah, but there's a pedestrian plaza all the way underneath that bowl.
Mhm.
It's so weird.
Also, so one of Buffalo's claims to fame is the Seneca One building.
Which one is that?
It's the singular
The tall one.
skyscraper we have, the really tall red one. It used to be concrete, and when it was concrete, it was more emulating like industrial style. A lot of like what you'll see for like. It was the same era as like all of the Sunnis were getting upgraded, so they all had that weird brutalist look, but like they were trying to actually emulate the like what was it, international style or like I think it was
Yeah.
international style. So it came out as brutalist because you didn't have all of those like floors. But Seneca One's claim to fame is that it's the tallest skyscraper. It's the tallest privately owned skyscraper outside of New York City in New York State. And note the addition of privately owned because the actual tallest building outside of New York City is the Empire Plaza building.
Oh yeah.
It's massive.
and there's like 4 of them, and they all look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm. I love how they did all of that work and still nobody wants to go there. Like,
But they have the egg. Why would you not want to go and see the egg?
I swear they added. I swear they added the amphitheater to Empire Plaza purely because they're like, we're not gonna recoup any of the cost for doing this unless we have like an amphitheater here.
This is why you don't let a Rockefeller run your state.
So true.
Okay, but Rockefeller's also the reason we have the Buffalo Light Rail system, and he was a very strange man who did a lot of very progressive sewer socialist shit while also thinking that poor people are demons, just demons that he wants to help, I guess.
Well, a lot of the rich people back in the day had like a come to Jesus moment that they were gonna die, and they're like, "Oh shit, I need to help people."
Yeah.
The problem
And it's
is,
really unfortunate.
yeah, it's really
that
unfortunate that
Rockefeller died because once he died, all of the building and infrastructure that he was doing in New York and as New York's mayor, governor, immediately got canceled. Like him fucking and then dying while having sex.
what?
Listen, as he was coming, his soul was going. I swear to God, that is the New York Times headline for the day it was announced that he died.
This is Rockefeller.
It's a
Yeah.
it came to Jesus moment.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I literally.
This is like Elvis but good.
Oh, was Jesus the name of the prostitute he had hired?
No, Elvis died on the toilet.
I said Jesus, not Elvis, but I guess Rockefeller and Elvis died fucking each other. That's the lore now.
No, it's it's got my photography light 'cause I'm like way blown out by the screen. Let's see. I didn't look at the Discord. Was Brian gonna get on sometime?
He hasn't responded yet.
Okay.
Or she.
Oh, that's funny. Matt got the
It's-
message from Reese.
It's amazing that Brian has like so many custom emojis because they have the like. You know that emoji that has like the weird squiggle line mouth where it's like supposed to be like uncomfort or some weird not it's supposed to be some weird emotion, but everybody just uses it as like the sex emoji.
Yes.
Oh, the yeehaw emoji.
They have one that's labeled cowboy bottom, where it's just a
Oh,
cowboy hat on top of that
know
that
what-
emoji.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, they were the one. The goddamn dog or whatever. That's still the best one that Brian has found.
God damn.
Yeah, that
Damn.
one's still the one that I needed to like. Where should I put the photography light? Let me see.
I still think that we should just do goddamn dog, but with like a hood forward locomotive.
What?
Because the joke is that trains, when they're running hood forward, it's the dog with the big snout. So just
Oh,
replace
the
it.
snoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Alco 420s especially. Those are the those are the snoot locomotives. Funding issue, no warranty system. Metro is super expensive. What are they talking about in chat? Metro. So even if metros are expensive, it's still we spend like $1 trillion on highways a year through like new stuff and maintenance, and it's like I don't care. Just spend multiple $billion on like a stupid light rail line. I don't care anymore.
It
I
costs
saw
money to build state capacity. Like, it's
Yes.
never gonna get cheaper unless you build something really expensive from the start.
It's that, and also manufacturing. Yeah, it's going to cost more to manufacture at first, but then when supply chains get fucked up, at least you have the factory.
I need to find it. Somebody made a good chart of this comparing like the total budget that Amtrak has ever received, including the future
Oh well, the thing
potential money coming from the
Build Back Better stuff.
Build Back Better bill, and compared that to just like the interstate highway system's yearly budget.
So the
Yeah,
thing, and the funny thing about the Build Back Better stuff too is like Amtrak is getting like through that bill, they're getting like out of their entire lifetime of funding, they're getting like 80% of their funding they've ever received ever from this bill. Like that's how like when people like doom to me about like rail transit in the country, I'm like, no, this is the most like positive we have ever seen things going in a long time.
Yeah.
Thing,
Uh,
things take
what-
a while to get better, but like they are getting better.
They're substantially getting better.
yeah.
And-
when
and-
people-
And I think what we're seeing is a lot of people are caring about this stuff now, because I think there was a good amount of time that people just didn't care or didn't think about it, and now kind of they are.
I mean, everybody always poo-poos on this idea, but it really is just waiting until everybody finally dies out of the Senate, and then things will get a lot better.
It's
It's
getting a lot better now. People
Yeah,
are going.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
see that as
our-
people start to age out, and like you get people like
I
you
don't
get
know, I
people
don't
like
fully
AOC, but you
agree with
also get
that.
a lot of
But like
Yeah,
if you
but-
think about like Frank Lautenberg did a ton for Amtrak.
Oh
and
yeah.
that and he's a boomer. Like I don't know, he might even be greatest generation like kind of
Oh
person.
no, I more meant like demographic wise, as in
Yeah,
like
but also
demographics who respond well to wanting transit over cars.
like Lautenberg was the odd one out. Remember, like most people were not doing what he was doing. Like I always say, there was a tiny coalition of boomers that did care about rail transit, and they're the only reason that we have a lot of the stuff that we have nowadays. So we always have to remember that.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Things will get better once the Senate gets younger because the demographics show younger people supported at a higher level than like has ever been before. Like it's not just that thing of like, oh yeah, younger people are more progressive because they're not paying taxes BS. It's like a sizable growth of people who are interested in funding for something other than highways. I think I think with especially with Trump getting elected, a lot of like US passports have been like it's been significantly harder to get them because everybody wants one now. And with that, more people have been traveling. And I think with that, you also get the aspect of like, oh, poor people have access to like international travel, which means they get to interact with
Be right back and grab
something
some
other
pizza.
than cars. So it's not just rich people who get to travel and say, "Oh, well, this is great here, but I don't want to pay my taxes." You actually get people who are lower on the economic spectrum being able to travel, being able to see more stuff, and being able to experience more transit, so they're able to come back to the U.S. after that and say, "Wow, I wouldn't mind paying taxes if they were for something like that." Um, and I think that it's part of something that was getting talked about on Twitter the other day of like a bunch of libertarians were getting upset that like, oh, the left has fetishized paying taxes, and it's like, no, we just realized that taxes can do good things when you actually use them.
Crazy concept.
I, for one, want to keep funding the money hole and get nothing from it, obviously.
I mean, to be fair, I do have a little bit of that sentiment for Social Security, but that's only because I know that it'll be the money hole will have dried up by the time it's my turn.
Yeah.
Social
Okay.
Security, fantastic system if we actually use it.
But
if
also-
not, I would like to have my money back. Please.
But also, a small part of the money hole goes to NASA, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, do what you want.
Oh yeah, that was like the one good thing about Trump is that he was strongman enough that he added stuff to the NASA money hole. Just sadly, the NASA money hole also can't do science outreach anymore because Trump said you're not allowed to do that.
Unfortunately, the NASA money hole is also going to private companies too. So
Yeah, I don't think there's really a way for NASA to go back to being a developer and a production company. Because at this point they're essentially developing everything and then sending it to private companies to produce and use publicly.
He spawned out of nowhere. Oh well. Whatever.
Like, as soon as Boeing Dreamliner actually starts working, which
Like the
Have they just
Dreamliner,
given up?
that's already flying.
not the Dreamliner, the Starliner? What was
Starliner.
the Starliner. Once the Starliner finally works, if it ever works, I wouldn't be surprised if they just start pumping those out in production so that they could do like sending people to space for profit.
Have you ever been up to New Hope and Ivyland Excursion Railway? Steamer 420 is good to see in the woods at Bucks. Yeah, I was there a long time ago. Shame one of my friends that works there is in Japan right now. Otherwise, I would ask him to talk about it. All right, where are the bad dudes? Where are the enemy gamers?
Then the northeast corridor to Portland, Maine.
I mean, to do that, you'd have to build the north-south connection in Boston.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, you should do that. We should do
You-
that.
You'd also have to, like, is Portland, Maine? I'm sorry, but is Portland, Maine worth it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually really
Yeah.
dense and, like, really congruent with rail travel.
They regularly sell out the Down East train.
Oh, nice.
It's,
Okay, maybe I'm looking at Portland, Maine the same way that the rest of the world looks at Buffalo, and they're like, ah,
no, Maine is almost as redeemable as Vermont. It's New Hampshire that's the one that we should hate.
New Hampshire is just the South, but
No, New Hampshire is Vermont, but libertarians.
well, yeah, no, New Hampshire is the South, but there's no people. of
No,
color
it's
there,
not the
so
South.
So they don't go crazy.
No. New Hampshire is if Washington State was more insane.
Have
Yeah.
you never seen the?
They don't want to pay for any infrastructure wise. Like,
All right.
they've been trying to get the T to extend their commuter rail up to like Manchester, and then they said no, we're not going to pay for it. So they want Massachusetts to pay for New Hampshire infrastructure, which is
I'm
a
gonna
choice.
get the T to extend up here, and I'm gonna make Massachusetts pay for it. We're not gonna put a penny into it. They're gonna pay for it, and they're going to like it.
Nah, it's just the problem is like the thing that's frustrating is like New Hampshire, like most New England towns, has fantastic like dense towns that are very like good for rail travel. It's just that it's New Hampshire and the people there are insane.
Alan, what are you talking about? We can't have dense towns in the U.S. That's illegal.
Uh huh.
Illegal to build and to exist. The DOT is required to come through and pave your entire town if you have a dense, walkable urban area.
No, the goofiest shit about New Hampshire was that like they like somehow banned alcohol sales on trains, so Amtrak couldn't sell alcohol on the train while moving through New Hampshire.
The governor literally came up with a executive order to like exempt Amtrak because it had become such an issue. Because like some smaller subsidiary magazine like brought up the article first, and then like the New York Times ran a thing about it, and then the governor immediately responded to it.
I love the little
Why would they try to
BT7
listen?
or BT5, I guess it is. All right, am I gonna die when I get right around this corner? No.
The NJ Preservation Society, or whatever their name is, up in Booton, will be getting an ALP 44 soon.
Good. It's such a shame that those were just rotting away on the cutoff.
New Jersey Transit better at least do a little bit to fix it up.
What,
Are
the
ALP
cutoff?
44s are the toasters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, stupid. I am stupid. I am dumb. I am dumb. I'm a bad gamer. Oh my god, that was a shitty ass shot. Alright. Gamer eliminated.
Rose, your mic's leaking.
Okay, good someone killed him because he was gonna delete me. Opinions on Scranton. Underrated. Yeah, no, I'm excited for the train to come there. I have family that lives up in the Poconos, so like, I am personally invested into the project.
That whole area has a ton of rail infrastructure that is just sitting there.
There's all the Lackawanna.
I mean, that's where like all the coal stuff like just congregated essentially. They
I mean, yeah, it was the Lackawanna. It was the, I mean, Lackawanna and like the Lehigh Valley and
Erie.
the Erie. They're all just like coal conveyor belt stuff.
Yes. CNJ. Reading.
My
DNH.
uncle was telling me how he lives in Wilkes-Barre, how they had a plan in the 80s to actually revive to make a light rail system between
Oh,
Scranton and
you could
Wilkes-Barre.
run a light rail up the valley there, and it would be perfect. I don't know, like that would be like slam dunk system right there.
Yeah. Especially if you can get that connected to an Amtrak service from Scranton. That'd be amazing.
Make it like the river line, sort of.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it a DMU, but yeah, I would make it similar.
Like, if you're gonna do something like DMU would be, that's like the type of thing that would be great.
Yeah. You also
Bruh.
get your transit-oriented forge pizzas.
My transit-oriented World War II battle. Or technically, this is... Oh! The fuck am I getting shot by?
Has anyone read the Tennessee Rail Study? I didn't know if Southern.
Oh,
no,
it's
I
fucking...
don't know Southern Rail history too much about broad gauge. I didn't know Sherman was much from standard gauge. Tennessee Rail Study?
There's something.
We have a guy on our local urbanist server that made a 10-plus page essay on why building a train is better than one more lane for I-65 in Alabama. I mean, yeah, majority of the time, if you do the math for like financial work, trains will always be more like 90% of the time will be more financially worth it than like a highway thing.
Trains would be so great in vacuum tubes.
So-
GB.
Fun fact about that. The Swiss had a concept called the Swiss vac train,
Oh, I've seen that.
where they were going to use their superior tunnel boring abilities and make vacuum siphons with their vast amount of hydroelectric power and hydropower, since you can create a vacuum using running water. And they were going to build a system with, I think it would go down to like 0.02 atmosphere, so it wouldn't be a complete vacuum but almost a total vacuum, and then you would put a suspended high-speed maglev inside.
Oh, that whole proposal. I mean, that was like the ultimate gadget bond.
Yeah.
Except the thing is, like, it got traction in Switzerland.
Well, the thing is that the Swiss are kind of like us for highways, but for transit, where they're just like transit project throws money at it, like, which I mean, no fault to them, great thing, but like, yeah,
I mean, listen, if any place could do it, it would be Switzerland, but it would also be one of those things like the
People-
Chuo Shinkansen, where it's like, yeah, this is great for this route. If you did it almost anywhere else in the world, it wouldn't be needed, and it'd be like massive overkill.
Are you saying they're gonna give it the wet suck?
Oh yeah,
it's the big suck. Yeah,
The big wet suck.
the big suck.
it's Oh, well, the
also,
good.
we should just build transatlantic vacuum trains from.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Well, so the idea with that is that I've seen before, if you were actually legitimately going to build some sort of transatlantic thing, what you do is you don't build a bridge, but you. I spawned in the wrong vehicle. Whatever.
A floating train.
Yeah. So you do the like that dumb Norwegian thing that they did, where instead of like building a bridge, you build like a tunnel just under the surface by like 100 feet. And because you can then put anchors at the bottom of the sea, and you can just float the thing at a constant level, and it doesn't really get affected by anything except for like underwater
Wait,
things.
Wait, they actually did that? I thought that was just.
You're
Yeah,
building it.
Norway is doing this with a highway.
Oh shit! I didn't realize that they're building it now. I always thought that it was one of those like proposals that have always existed that everybody's looked at and said, "Oh, that's stupid. Why would you do that?"
Wait, they're not gonna place it along the ocean floor. They're gonna actually float it.
Yep,
It's a
planning to
floating
float
tunnel.
it. I don't like that because what if the thing at the top that keeps you suspended, like, I don't know, moves during a storm?
Well, I'm sure you've gone over the Tappan Zee, which is just floating.
Well, no, that is
No.
no. The Tappan Zee isn't floating, is it?
No, the Tappan
Yeah,
Zee
it's
is anchored.
floating. No, it's floating. I mean,
No, that motherfucker has like solid
No.
foundations, right?
It has a.
No, it's.
s-
I'm pretty sure its pilings are floating.
No.
No.
Right,
like,
I'm-
There is
Hey.
that bridge in Seattle.
Yeah, the Seattle one is the one I know. Ain't no way the fucking Tappan Zee is floating.
Seattle.
It is.
Wait a second.
Jesus Christ.
I will buy you 2 drinks if I'm wrong.
Floating bridge. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, the one in Seattle is also.
It's like
Yeah, that's just a-
glacial cut.
Yeah, that's just a pontoon bridge, though.
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about. That's a floating bridge. I'm gonna get like immediately.
It's to be supported by airtight floating concrete boxes.
The fuck, really? Which
Yeah.
all of them or just a few of them?
No, the center ones.
On the Tappan Zee, like the cable
Yeah.
stay bridge.
Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man.
Jesus.
I didn't know that. What the fuck?
That's why it had to be replaced after 50 years.
Oh, the old one.
Oh,
No,
oh,
then-
okay.
I mean, the new one is too, because it's super
No,
neat.
the new one's supposed to have a 100-year lifespan.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it doesn't have the floaty thing. So
Oh,
I guess
okay,
I owe
thought you were
Mike.
saying that the new one had a 50-year lifespan.
No, I guess I owe Mike 2 drinks.
Yeah, boy.
All right, now where are the enemy gamers? I'm gonna immediately die when I come out from behind this building. Let's see.
Simply come up to New York this weekend. I'll be in the city.
I would, but I have a ton of shit this week. I'm going to see Barbie this. Oh, wow, I was right.
Dang.
It's fucking right. It came out from the.
Barbenheimer.
Oh, there's a French tank too.
I want to go to Barbieheimer, but like the amount of hype around it has like overwhelmed my brain into no longer being interested in it.
I wouldn't do Barbieheimer, but I'm gonna go see both of them.
You gotta come up to New York and get the 70mm action. 70mm 15 perf.
Well, there are some IMAX ones around Philly. But are
Yeah,
you
but
talking?
They're not true IMAX.
No, yeah,
That's
actually, no, you
KOP.
can. Yeah, KOP.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so what's the difference between like half-ass IMAX and real IMAX?
It's the vertical resolution.
Oh.
Well, kind of.
The Ben Franklin or
You have
Institute
the-
one was ultimate.
You have a larger screen in true IMAX, and then true IMAX also is by real versus
Yeah.
fake IMAX is a digital laser, meaning it's
We could go really
Two-
deep down
it's
the rabbit
two-
hole.
2K projectors being overlaid on top of each other, which IMAX claims to be the same definition, but the screen is smaller, and
You talking about digital IMAX?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to fucking IMAX to see digital. Nuh-uh. I'm gonna at
Well, that's
least
it.
see the cropped one.
You need to go to KOP if you're gonna get the.
If only there was a train there.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well, part of the
What's
thing is that they're not playing it anywhere cropped. They're only playing it at true IMAX theaters or digital IMAX, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is that the Ben Franklin is like the Institute one that's been closed since COVID was 70mm.
Yeah, but they only showed like science films, right?
Well, no, they actually showed occasionally like big releases in full IMAX.
Well, that would have been nice. I'm really close to that.
Understatement. Alan actually lives in the closed IMAX theater.
Yes.
And yeah, as JLock said, almost every 70mm IMAX theater is fully booked, which has me questioning. I'm pretty sure they'll extend the Oppenheimer viewing. I don't think there's another 70mm film that will be coming out anytime soon.
Now, the last one was like Avatar, I think.
Wait, no,
Well-
wasn't doesn't Wes Anderson do 70mm? 70mm?
The
No.
last-
No.
The
He
last
he does
70mm
film, but he doesn't do 70mm.
The last 70mm was, I
Tenet.
want to say it was Mission Impossible, and even then it wasn't actually all of Mission Impossible. It was only like 40 minutes of the movie in true 70.
No. I mean, Dune did that too. Only certain scenes were true 70.
Is this motherfucker dead?
Well, true 70 50 perf is what is, or 15 perf is technically the thing.
Fun
Yeah.
fact, I just realised there's only 3 cinemas in the UK that have 70mm IMAX films.
Yeah, I mean, there's only like a few dozen in the world.
I hear a helicopter. Is that our helicopter? Yes, that's our helicopter. Okay.
And like 4 of them are in Toronto.
Oh, that's a dude. That's a dude. That's a dude. That is a dude. Yeah, let's go. That was a good snipe. Someone's shooting at me. Is that the same dude? Yeah. This game is just pixel peeping. Oh, I can see the guy on B. Just hold up. Banks Rail. Is that the kid that's like hopping on BNSF trains and undoing handbrakes?
Least illegal rail FOMA activity.
Yeah, that's. There's like videos of him like undoing like switches and shit. I think if that's the one I'm thinking of. Does the least chaotic day in Philly have a longer montage? There's a different video, but no, it doesn't. I just made it for that video.
What should EXO do to improve?
Uh,
Simply become NJ Transit.
Just run more trains.
The simple solution for a lot of agencies is literally just running a consistently like hourly train on basically every commuter rail line, and your ridership will increase substantially.
Yeah. They are mostly single tracked, but that doesn't mean you can't run an hourly train.
I mean, like, worse, you just need to build a passing siding. Like,
Yeah, but the passing siding requires you to actually run schedules, and the problem is they're on freight tracks.
true.
So, like, unless you get is it CN or CP? I think it's CN
Both.
to
Both
play
sections.
ball. Damn, why is our team just falling apart?
U.S. freight might be bad, but it's not Canadian freight.
Well, Canadian freight is simultaneously better and worse than U.S. freight.
If you're a local shipper, good luck.
Oh, true. This is true.
Good luck.
If there's one thing the U.S. is slightly better about, it's intercity rail and electrification comparatively to Canada. Canada's just somehow makes the U.S. look good.
Well, Canada did a really good electrification. It was just so that they could get coal.
Oh, Tumbler Ridge, yeah.
I
then
loved
they abandoned.
I lived in Montreal watching the local freight roll right across their waterfront in like the densest part of their city.
Okay, that's kind of cute. Yeah. I hear helicopters. Are they on my team? One of them is. I'm getting to the B point. I mean, Chicago is a lot better than anything Canada has. Like, Go is the best regional system that they have, and Go still struggles a lot.
Go has done more improvements than Metro has, though.
Do I like Metrolink? I think the problem with Metrolink is not Metrolink. The problem with Metrolink is that it runs in Southern California. And by that I mean there's no transit-oriented development, or at least they're trying to build stuff. Yeah, Go is electrifying. I will be really excited to see it when it finishes its projects.
I'll be excited for Go if they ever finish purchasing all of Lakeshore West.
That too. Yeah, if they made like really good service all the way out to Niagara, that would be awesome.
That would be amazing. They cut service to Niagara on the weekend because they're so commuter focused, which is wild to me because I'm like, nobody's commuting from Niagara to Toronto. They're going to Niagara for
Any other
pleasure.
reason.
Yeah. People go to Niagara for leisure and you're running it like a commuter service.
Well, I
What?
guess intercity service, but yeah.
No. I mean, no. It's still run as a commuter service because as soon as it hits West Harbor, it makes all of the regular stops. It doesn't express.
True. Pathetic thing is that people do commute with that, with what Toronto costs. Someone says in chat. All right, I guess I'll.
There's a lot of places in between you could have commuted from.
Yeah. Are you saying nobody commutes from London to Toronto every single day?
Oh, there definitely
Wow.
is some people.
No, I know. I'm more referring to the fact that
London Go got cut.
yeah, London Go got cut because of like our terrible timing and frequency and system didn't have enough people riding it, so we have to cut it. And it's like,
Well, they also chose the worst alignment for it possible too, which.
to be fair, they're more shafted than Amtrak when it comes to alignment because they're legally second class in Canada.
Well, the
I-
thing
I'm
in
not even saying
Canada,
that.
or is
I'm
that
not
like
even saying that.
in the U.S., Amtrak has legal precedent over the freight railroads. Even if it's not enforced, it is at least a thing. Where it's not really the case.
They're actually launching a case against who owns the Illinois Central? That's CN.
Okay, so commuting from Niagara Falls isn't much different than commuting from Bayhead to New York City, like distance-wise.
Okay, but that's also insane.
I mean, yeah, but I know a bunch of people who do it.
What is that?
We should
Two?
have
Is that like
commuter
2 hour
service.
30 minutes or something?
Yes.
We should have commuter service from Albany to New York City.
We do.
Mike, anyone that
Metro
does that
North
commute
North.
is legitimately insane.
I'm saying this.
I
we
mean,
should
yes.
have Metro North.
I mean-
Rensselaer to Poughkeepsie and then Express to Grand Central.
I mean, New York should just make Centro. They should just make Centro take over all upstate services and then run a commuter service.
But
Yeah,
Rose,
but you're
what
also
you're talking
asking
about
New York
is the
State
Empire
to spend
service.
money.
What
No,
you're
I
talking about is-
understand the Empire service, but I'm saying I want it to be
So you want
Metro
your-
North. I want it to
you
be
want-
Metro North so that you have to suffer through those seats. You have
Ow.
to suffer through the shitty seats, and you should still have half-hour service.
No, Rose, you get this.
Whoop, Discord restarted.
Silver liners.
My Discord restarted for some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah, we should get arrows down to Bayhead.
God. I mean, like, well, with the stop spacing at some of them, yes, they should.
Isn't LIR thing like they can electrify because of like clearance or something?
They
Oh,
run third rail, don't they?
They run third rail up to like a line.
Well, no, they run
like,
it.
I think
Oh, fucking War Thunder crashed.
they run to Ronkonkoma and Babylon with electric service.
Oh, really? They have electric all the way to Ronkonkoma?
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn. I was only looking at the old one where it was like where it was like there was literally like a line up and down where it was electrified and where it was diesel.
I honestly don't get why NJT doesn't run single-seat trains from New York to Bayhead with ALP 45s more frequently than they do.
They do 3 in and 3 out. That's just about that's as many as they should run.
The fact that they run the ALP 45s completely under wire is just like on like the Northeast corridor. Sometimes it's just like, why?
It's because they don't have enough ALP 46s, I think, or the 46s are.
Oh, it's because the arrows are dying too, probably.
How am I still alive? What the fuck?
And the multi-level 3 replacements aren't coming anytime soon either.
Yeah, they're that
Soon
they can use the
to-
AL. The ALPs can move the dual modes.
But they are getting more ALP 45s. Alston has been producing quite a few of them recently.
I've seen a couple of them at Penn Station.
Are they gonna be replacing the Geeps then?
No, they're just replacing all the P42s.
No, the Jeeps will run forever.
Anything that
Yeah.
isn't a Jeep is going to be completely ALP 45 by the end of a few years from now.
Okay. I do love seeing those in Nork Penn, just like fucking coal rolling everyone.
It's very funny.
Hello, Marcus.
Howdy. What's up?
I'm streaming.
And
It's
how's
good.
that?
It's going well. It's on the second channel if you do want to open it up.
Sure, I'll give it a look.
You can see all the nasty things people are saying about you.
Figures, I suppose.
Inside Baseball complaining about the server instead of complaining about Alan's channel.
So true.
Hey, at least you know that you have a server, so you're better off than most of the podcasters in our sphere.
I would suppose it's probably a dub though. You know, they're complaining about Discord and not YouTube on YouTube. Yeah, I see this as an absolute win.
So true. Let's see. Oh, I just don't. It's barely not enough to fly the TU-1. Damn.
You said that. Now I'm just thinking of the TU-144.
The funniest plane.
So, any thoughts about UK railways, Alan?
They obviously shouldn't have privatized. But the UK has a better system, I think, than most people give it credit for. It's just too expensive.
If only there was a way to add extra
Also,
capacity on local trains.
Also, you're forgetting a cope gauge.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I'd say that's the biggest problem with the UK rail network at the moment.
I didn't say it was the biggest one, but it's not.
Oh yeah, I
small
forgot the
problem.
expert is here.
The trains are small, but the problem is.
Look, we have many issues, mainly the UK government itself.
That is pretty true.
Multiple different
Don't
platform
worry,
heights.
Labor's gonna take charge, and then they'll just they also hate the trains. Damn.
It's not that they hate the trains; it's that they just won't say anything or do anything.
Labor will take the bold policy position of canceling all of HS2.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy how that works.
Because somehow this is a threat to constitutional values or something. They'll come up with.
I thought they already came out saying that they won't support HS2.
No, they said they will support HS2, but this is Keir Starmer we're talking about, so give it 6 months.
Let's see. Another question in the chat. Should RTD in Colorado, I assume, buy Exo's ALP-45s to kickstart service to Boulder using BNSF track?
I mean, like, the B line should be extended. It's, like, pretty obvious it should have been in the first place.
Don't they have super tight turning radiuses there? Radii?
In
Well, that's
Denver?
why-
Regional rail?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that's the light rail. They run the same
Oh.
silver liners that SEPTA does on the
Yeah.
commuter rail stuff.
Yeah.
And New York Penn has exploded. Good.
What, NIMBY rails?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see, what's another question?
What should Caltrain do for the Gilroy service now? They should get dual modes. Or they should just run a shuttle.
Yeah, I feel like I want to be
Get it-
optimistic enough about that to say that, like,
Or they should do the incredibly
it'd be weird
funny
to go
thing.
and buy new rolling stock for it when, like, there's a reasonable chance that eventually you could it'll get electrified for high speed rail anyway.
Or they should do the incredibly funny thing of still running F40s next to Stadler kisses.
I can't wait for the superposition of like an F40 next to a Siemens Note Valero.
That's right.
It's just gonna be funny at some point.
Spectacular. Speaking of the West Coast, and I guess Siemens Valeros, is Brightline West Coast happening?
I would assume. I would assume so. They're doing the easy thing, so I assume that it's gonna happen.
I mean, they got the engineering stuff done a few weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
The environmental, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the thing,
Basically-
because the thing with Brightline West is that they're doing the easy thing first, so of course they're gonna finish it, in my opinion. Because they're building the flattest, longest section in the middle of the highway. Like, that's gonna be easy to do. The hard section is the Cajon Pass section.
Right. I mean, the plan does seem to be to do the whole thing at once.
If they do, then sure.
Cucamonga to Vegas.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think they're gonna do Victorville to Vegas, but not.
If I remember right, the whole reason that like it took them this long to even get around to it was, if I remember right, the whole problem was investors would not pay for only Victorville to Vegas.
Oh,
They were
interesting.
doing the whole thing.
The thing that I don't understand is if they're doing Rancho Cucamonga to Vegas, why not just run it on the tracks that exist there currently to LA?
You'd
That's
have to electrify those tracks, and it
I-
doesn't seem they're convinced they can make that happen. soon
Union
enough.
Pacific is being a real bitch
Yeah.
about like
Yeah,
any electrification.
they actually did have a talk where like they actually addressed that straight up, and yeah, it's more convenient to just go to Rancho on your own tracks and then let Metrolink take people the rest of the way.
yeah.
In fact, they were actually saying they'll probably take up space in LA Union in 2028, so that you can, I guess, check your bags at LA Union, and they'll take it and transfer it at Rancho.
Interesting.
Go. Yeah.
I don't know if they'll make the dates that they're saying, but they definitely are going to finish it. Like, that's my opinion of it.
It's ambitious. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think there's any denying that, but there's nothing wrong with ambition.
No. I just, yeah, I think they're going to run into more problems than they thought they would. Mainly because California.
Yeah.
Like, California is literally the opposite of Florida, but they still both have similar, like, problems with, like, getting stuff done. Actually, no, that's the one thing Florida's probably better with, is you can just, like, you can just like get around things because it's Florida. Where California, on the other hand, there's some dumbass politician that doesn't understand that what's going on and will get in the way.
Atherton just holding up everything with Cali HSR for like a decade.
Yeah,
They filed their 7,000th lawsuit.
it's
Yeah.
honestly, yeah, more people should talk about that when they talk about California high-speed rail.
Who is it?
It's been sandbagged by like a couple of communities along the Caltrain corridor for like a decade.
Oh yeah. Not the tree.
I'm a little conflicted on it, and I was talking to people in the Discord about it the other day. But I don't know. To me, it's like, on one hand, yes, you know, the lawsuits happen. I'm sure they didn't expect all the lawsuits. You know, at least the volume of them. But, I don't know. To me, part of the hot take with it is like, they didn't seem like they were ready to go and ask for federal funding to build it yet.
That was the thing with I don't really understand with California high-speed rail is that since they're doing it in portions, like the money is unreliably there. Like they should just ask for the stupid amount. I don't. Yeah, I don't. They definitely. That's been California high-speed rail's biggest problem is just their like the way that they're approaching a lot of these issues is just strange.
They piecemeal a piecemeal.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if they'd at least had the environmental like review like done in like 2010,
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like that would have made a lot more sense with a lot of. You know,
well, like a lot of California stuff, they almost took it too cautiously. But in taking something too cautiously, they like caused themselves more issues.
yeah. It's all just frustrating, and you know, I feel bad.
Okay, that dude is dead.
Rip.
Yeah. That's a good thing. He's the enemy gamer.
Okay. Apparently the questions are jumping across the country. Should the LIRR electrify in double or triple track all the way to Montauk, Greenport, and Port Jefferson?
I mean, they should be electrifying with overhead wire, but
Port Jeff is a yes, purely because of Stony Brook and that train track is. I'm sorry, not that train track. That train from Port Jeff is packed every single day because there's people who commute from Queens to Stony Brook because it's such an appealing campus. I want to say, like, when I worked there, the stats were like 25,000 on-campus students, and I want to say about 10 to 15,000 commuter students. So that train track is packed, and when you have it once every hour, and also you have to transfer 2 to 3 times, it gets ridiculous.
There's actually been multiple plans in the past to electrify to Port Jefferson too. Like it's not like this hasn't been talked about before either.
I really wish that the Pennsy did follow through with some of their plans, because at one point they were looking at fully electrifying all the way to Montauk, to build a brand new deep water port there. So basically, yeah. So they were going to build a freight tunnel across the harbor, and they were probably going to do a whole bunch of other stuff.
My stream crash, or was that just a
No,
webcam?
you're still going.
Yeah, but I think
build
my
a deep water.
Stuttered, but you're still going.
no, I think did
Let's
my
build a
webcam
deep water
freeze?
port far away from all of the like protection that New York Harbor has. That'll be
Well,
great.
Yes.
Did this stream?
I-
Is this stream still fine?
Also, fun fact:
You're
the
still
reason
going, yeah.
the reason why Port Jeff
Weird.
has
Oh wait, okay, you blacked out for like a second.
me.
No.
No.
Right,
Uh-uh.
Weird, because on my second monitor it's frozen.
oh.
Whatever.
The reason Port Jeff has its own line is because they became a shipbuilding town for wooden ships. At the tail end of wooden ships being a thing, so they put in a whole lot of investment, and then at the peak of like their like building and everything, shipbuilding completely died. They did it for another technology also, but I forget what it was.
But anyway, yes, Charlie, we need the Chad Penzi with EMUs from Port Jeff to Chicago.
We need to electrify all the way to Pittsburgh also.
I already said Chicago.
Oh, well, that
Pittsburgh's
too,
only
yeah.
On the way. Let's do it.
I still think that if Conrail got to Pittsburgh, they 100% keep electric lines. And they probably electrify Harrisburg to New York via Allentown at some point too.
That would have been dope.
Like the Lehigh line absolutely gets enough traffic.
I think the most frustrating thing to learn was that a lot of this stuff almost happened. It was that there was a lot of it was canceled under Reagan.
Yeah.
Zero surprise there, but like still.
Yeah, like the bill literally went to his desk or something, and then he just didn't do anything.
Man, you
with
got
it.
blown the hell out.
Yes, I didn't expect the one guy to be there.
Let's see. I see. It looks like at least 2 questions about Texas Central.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm also not surprised.
Yeah, I think a lot of the problem is just like they kind of. I feel like it's interesting that Texas Central being private
Excuse me.
essentially went more the way of California high-speed rail than like Brightline.
Yeah.
You know, huge, like fully dedicated alignment. You know, absolutely top speed trains,
I mean,
higher
JR,
than legal issues.
I mean JR East, I think, or was
No,
it
it's-
Central?
It's Central.
Yeah, they were the big backer, and they wanted to export Shinkansen technology to the U.S. so that they could, you know, build a market for it because they've had really bad times exporting it.
Taiwan, haha.
I mean, Taiwan,
California-
they only managed to get the to export the N700S recently.
I think the funniest one is that the Koreans purposely bought from the French so that they wouldn't buy from the Japanese.
Yep.
The only ones they've been able to export to are Taiwan, I think.
Oh, that should be Astral Port.
No, Taiwan, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
First Shinkansen accident was in Taiwan.
Well, that was because it hit a bolt. No, it hit a truck, right? Something?
No, it derailed in the middle of a tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
So was that Taiwan or was that something
Yeah,
else?
I mean, Texas Central was unfortunate. They just like couldn't hold on long enough to actually win all the lawsuits. You know, that's just a shame. Let's see, what other questions are there?
How do you feel that Mark wants to be like MBTA? Actually, Mark just said a thing recently that they're going to commit to all electric on the Penn line.
I mean, they have to. The tunnels won't ventilate diesels.
Amtrak knows what they're doing. You will buy our electricity or else.
Let them cook. Let them cook.
Mark should absolutely have a couple more lines, but like Baltimore centric.
Yes.
Rather than DC centric.
No, there should be a what's the fucking
West.
CSX line that goes north?
Oh, the old main line.
Yeah.
I
They
know some people in this Discord have been arguing a lot that, what do you there should be a new alignment essentially
For what?
for like the CSX line.
Oh yeah, that shouldn't go through the city because it is
Right.
a really good corridor if you wanted to put like mass transit on it or something. Like send it around the city, which was supposed to happen at some point. I think they just put it in typical fashion.
Oh, someone asked, speaking of Reagan, thoughts on freeway removal projects?
They're usually good.
They're
It's-
usually good unless it's in Buffalo.
They should just be replaced by housing, usually, or it's some transit corridor. The worst is when they're replaced by like a boulevard or something, and the boulevard is just as massive as the highway.
Yeah.
Buffalo,
Seattle, like, is frustrating example.
Austin.
And then they put more lanes underground too in Seattle too.
Yeah.
This defeats the purpose. Like you took away the highway just to put a highway.
Yeah, but that's what.
Something different. We got to spend, hundreds of millions of dollars on it.
But that's
So
what
true.
the DOT goes for. So if you have to spend a couple $1 billion to make the DOT on your side, you're gonna do that because if you don't have the DOT on your side, there's a very slim chance of getting anything passed. At least that's what it is in New York.
Yeah.
Huh, here's a fun question. Have you seen the DC Metro expansion ideas? The loop, I think it's called.
No. I haven't paid much attention to that, but I know that's been like the talk of transit Twitter a bit.
Yeah, the National Harbor expansion idea.
Yeah, I mean the convention center over there definitely should get more service. I just don't know exactly how.
I think they should extend the Silver Line to BWI and then also to Ronald Reagan. Just make a triangle of airports.
This is
Okay,
so
Pat.
true.
Okay, Pat.
They've got to copy Hong Kong.
No.
For having like
Pat-
baggage cars.
Path connecting all three airports would be the nicest thing in the world.
It'd be very funny to have like a sealed car essentially,
Mm-hmm.
where you're already like security checked or something, and you just transfer it all the way to like LaGuardia or JFK.
That would be amazing, but like I don't even need that. I just want a direct train. Like that's what I want. Let Path through run its own commuter service connecting Jamaica and the New York stop.
So true.
The Newark stop.
Fuck is this? How many?
Here's one. What do you think about the CRRC trains that SEPTA is buying?
They're not going to show up. They're going to cancel the contract.
Yeah, I will say, I think we've only seen like one or two cars, right?
Yeah, those motherfuckers ain't showing up.
Vaporwave.
No, I luckily got to talk to this union guy after a meeting, and because I wanted to just like, he was a very interesting fellow, but he was the head of the union for SEPTA, and for some reason we got talking about the CRRC cars because we were talking about like new rolling stock or something, and he was like, yeah, they have a bunch of problems. SEPTA was talking about dropping the contract with them, and he was like, they're probably going to do it because I don't see them finishing it anytime soon. And he said a bunch of other things too about just shitting on CRRC, but that was essentially like the gist of the conversation.
MBTA should honestly write off the red line contract and start
Yeah,
fresh.
no, I've been saying this. Like, fine, get the orange line in, but just go to someone else for the red line.
I think
Not worth it.
same needs to be said about EXO with their cars as well.
Oh, the one that crashed immediately after it got delivered.
Yeah.
Rose, I guess maybe you might know this one. Have you seen the Syracuse I-81 viaduct replacement.
That's fine. That needs to happen. I-81 is the least of the problems of Syracuse. It's bad and it needs to be replaced, but there's the other ones that also run through the center of Syracuse that are the issue.
They should put the Empire Quarter back through downtown again with like a
Yes.
new station.
Yes, they do.
They should.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest issue. Like, of course, I-81 should be removed, but the biggest issue is 690, and then making Erie Boulevard not a death strode.
Many people are saying this.
Someone's saying a bulldoze 690 through
Well,
Syracuse.
You don't even need. That's the thing. 690 is weird because they didn't actually do redlining with it. They just used the existing train right of way. So, like, while yes, it fucked over communities, it was already separated by the rail right of way. So you didn't really have a ton of
Oh yeah, I think the funniest thing about Erie Boulevard is
aggregation
it's
impact.
funniest thing about Erie Boulevard is it's literally built on top of where the canal was.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly goofy.
Oh, I didn't realize that Erie Boulevard, they tried to do the linear park bullshit.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's basically a boulevard in all of the sense.
No, it is, but Cuomo had this fetish a while ago about returning New York to its greatness. So he took all of the like bicycle infrastructure funding and pumped it into the
Vanity project.
yeah, the New York State Erie Canal like bikeway. So you can bike the entire Erie Canal because New York can only be famous for New York City and things that we used to do instead of anything new. But that's a complaint for literally all of the US. So New York has a really weird, really long bicycle highway that goes from New York City to Buffalo, and some of it is like the best bike lanes in the US, but also other parts of it are literally like it looks like you just dumped gravel the same way that you would use it for like gravel for like a train right of way. Like it switches back and forth of like this is a great bike path to there's no way I could ride a bike down this without dying.
Yeah, Kansas City, Cincinnati, both good examples of please delete the inner ring of highways. It needs to go.
Thoughts on the IBX?
It's good. It shouldn't be light rail.
Good.
Desecrate all those graves out?
Yes.
It should be heavy metro. It should be a subway line.
It should also connect to the Bronx.
Yeah.
All the graves out. It's so sad.
Fuck them.
I just don't understand why they don't, because like if you have if literally every single one of your lines in the city is using the same rolling stock, why the hell would you want something different? I don't understand. Also, I picked the slowest fucking tank.
Let's see. Charlie, you brought up the Cross Harbor Rail Tunnel thing earlier, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think path to Newark Airport came up. And, yeah.
Cross Harbor Rail Tunnel is stupid. Simply tell Connecticut NIMBYs to fuck off and build a new line and build a new HSR line.
Cross Harbor Tunnel is it's meant to connect New Jersey to like Queens or Brooklyn. It's a freight tunnel.
Oh, okay.
It's the freight, yeah.
Yeah,
Good, but also I've been yelled at by Jeremy multiple times saying that it's not needed.
it's not needed anymore, I think is the way to put it.
Gotcha.
If this was like movies, yeah, you should do it. But like with how much stuff has left Long Island at this point, I don't think there's a use for it. Like it just is what it is at this point. Unless you're like doing a massive freight policy like rejuvenation, I don't think you're gonna ever see a return on that.
Are you saying America needs industrial policy again? That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
It could help.
Uh-huh.
America needs a new FDR, and no, Joe Brandon is not that.
He's close. He's the closest we've gotten in a minute, but yeah.
Closest we've gotten and what we need are two different things. I'm not saying he hasn't been good in some aspects, but he's not what we need.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure primary voters are capable of nominating who we need, but vote in
And this-
primaries, kids.
No, we're not liberals. Yes, we will tell you to go vote.
That's it.
Well, most of us aren't liberals.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna label you, Marcus. I
No,
don't know
just
what
don't
you
be the
identify
dumb
as.
communists that like say, "Oh, we don't need to vote. Voting doesn't matter." No, it does.
If you want anything to actually change, you do need to vote.
Mhm.
Yeah, like think if you get people you actually want on the candidate list, there's a chance that they actually can get somewhere and affect positive change. There is no glorious revolution that's gonna come and like sweep away all the issues in some magical like masterstroke.
You don't know that.
There will always be people
So
that
you
will
can't
get in your
prove that.
way somehow.
So true.
Well, yeah, here, in a related question from the chat, seriously, what can we do about NIMBYs? What do you think?
You really gotta
if
make
you
fun of
take-
them. You really
If
gotta.
you take gasoline, put it inside of
Rose,
a
Rose,
bottle,
don't-
and then
don't get us- don't get us
feed
in trouble.
pieces
Rose.
of
Rose, you're forgetting the styrofoam.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. You put the styrofoam in there, and then you take a gasoline dampened cloth, put that in there. You light it, you place it on your neighbor's doorstep as a nice candle treat. And then anything that happens after that, I have no clue what would happen. It's just an oil lamp, right?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, someone's asking you, Alan, if you can turn, I guess, the rest of us up.
Okay.
The people demand more peanut gallery.
They demand our stupidity.
Why can I not fix my tank? Let me fix my tank. Why can't I not fix my tank?
Isn't that what the B thing is doing?
No.
They're just capturing.
Yeah, it's not letting me fix my tank for some reason.
Oh, wait.
Oh, because I'm on fire. Duh, okay.
Can you not fix things that are on fire?
Well, when you're on fire, yeah, usually can't fix things.
Just hit it with a hammer faster. It will
I
stop
know.
being on fire.
Just hit the fire with the hammer. The fuck is shooting me?
Oh, people are apparently impressed by the length of the stream.
Yes, I will go to sleep. Eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, usually some days when I don't have anything going on, I'm just up talking to people, so, yeah, why not stream? see, where are the enemy gamers? Yeah, no, I also had a long day today, so I was like, I did a lot of work stuff today, so I didn't feel bad about staying on a stream or gaming or whatever, talking to people, because I filmed a lot today for the next video. I don't know how the fuck I'm still alive. This is the goofiest tank ever. Ashley, aren't you the one that usually goes to sleep early? So I don't want to hear you complain. Okay. I don't know how I survived in the goofy tank the entire battle. That thing is yeah, I don't know. I need to put shit on the side of this. On modifications. Or no. Customizations, there we go. We need to put bush. So fucking dumb. Second bush. No one will ever know it's there. Taking my night class. Ah, that would do it.
One night Alan's gonna have like a 12-hour stream by accident.
Oh, I'll 100% do that at some point.
Let's see. Someone's asking about a PRSL video.
Ah, yeah. PRSL is interesting because it in itself is, like, I find it interesting, but the average YouTube viewer is not going to find it that interesting. So the problem with a lot of videos is that, like, I have to figure out a way to make a subject interesting to a wider range of audience. And that's frustrating because a lot of times these things aren't easy to make interesting to a wider audience. So I have to figure out how to do that. Other
self video essay I would watch.
Oh yeah, I mean, like PRSL. I mean, just the competing services in South Jersey are very interesting in general.
I loved that they had like a 30-mile stretch that it was just dead parallel right of ways.
Well, the funniest thing was that for a while there was actually a third railroad, and the third railroad was a narrow gauge one that just paralleled the Pennsy main line. Goofy. Goofy shit.
I got way too many PRSL books.
So goofy. But yeah, no, I mean, like, the funniest story, I should tell the Gloucester City story. That should be made. That's a great NIMBY story. Do you know about that, Charlie?
The Gloucester City one?
So Gloucester City is like the city that's like slightly south of Camden. And the main line for Woodbury, Paulsboro, Glassboro, Vineland, whatever, goes through Gloucester City. And the main line for Glassboro, or I guess all the way down to Vineland, was electrified. And it was electrified with third rail. And that was electrified in the early... Yeah.
They didn't want... And that was the part they coasted.
Yeah. So, like, in the early 1900s, they electrified with third rail. In the 1920s... someone got killed, or like animals kept getting killed by the third rail. So Gloucester City was mad. And Gloucester City was like, we need you to do, you're not allowed to have third rail in our city anymore. So the predecessor of PRSL, I think it was just the Pennsy at the time, was like, okay, fuck you. And instead of stopping in Gloucester City, they just got the trains up to 70 miles an hour or something and then coasted through Gloucester City without third rail and then continued going into the next town where there was third rail and then just kept going on the line. That they did that for, I think, 2 or 3 years, and then like eventually they put up overhead wire. Incredibly goofy.
There's a lot of weird South Jersey rail stories.
Oh, there is. I mean, the interurban stuff on the coastline was very interesting.
The last, so you know how there was the 2 terminals for a while in Camden, like you had the Reading and the Pensy one.
Yeah.
They, like consolidated the Pensy.
Yeah,
The
the Pennsy one was further north.
Yeah, the last ferry out of the Reading one, it sank. It literally sank on its last run.
How?
I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it sank on its last run, and that they just called the service there.
Incredible.
And it was like the scheduled last service too. Like there was so
Like, this is really it.
This is well, if there's one that's gonna sink, I guess that one's the best one to sink.
yeah, it was carrying like 2 people, and they were all like stranded on like the crew, and like the 2 passengers were stranded on like the upper deck because it sank like 20 feet away from the berth or something.
Oh
like
my
that.
god. There's actually a Reading barge still preserved at Penn's Landing. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, there's like literally a barge society that has preserved it.
I love like weird bespoke like historical societies like that preserve like these random bits of industrial history.
Oh yeah.
I need to find the picture now of the last ferry because that's such a good one.
Let's see what's going on in chat. Have you read or listened to The Power Broker, Alan?
I've read some of it. I need to read more of it.
I listened to like 2 hours of it, and then got too irrationally angry to finish it.
It's understandable.
Yeah, there's the ferry.
I'll look in a sec.
Oh, Jesus.
It literally sank.
You know, for some reason, this image is quite similar to the Scarborough LRT derailment the other day.
Oh, wait, Scarborough LRT.
Yeah, Metro Line 3, sorry.
Oh, how the fuck did that derail? How did Toronto derail the automated metro? How?
The thing is, it wasn't just a derailment. The train ain't shit.
You know, sometimes you lose the mandate of transport.
But it was also like on a straight piece of track too. It wasn't even on like a it wasn't even on like a switch or anything. That's what I don't understand.
Thank you, J-Lock. That's good. That's good. How did it do that?
How the fuck did that bounce?
I knew that like they weren't taking care of it because
They're gonna stop running it soon. Yeah.
but I didn't realize it got to that point.
God damn it! I knew he was gonna pen me. I was like, when I saw it derail, I was like, huh, I wonder if they'll just like end service now.
I have to imagine they've probably just decided that, like what?
It's our-
You're gonna go fix it to run it for like 3 more months? Really?
Well, I don't know what exactly caused the derail, but like, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is that like, they're probably like, yeah, why would we bother? I mean, otherwise they might just run less service and just keep it going for the next 3 months till they get the bus stuff together. Because how long is the construction? The construction is going to take a while. It's like 3 years, I think.
Yeah, in that neighborhood.
I don't get why. I don't get why the construction is going to take that long. Because I guess they can't reuse a lot of the infrastructure.
I just feel like they should have just waited until the extension to line 2 was in 2003.
Yeah, it does seem like a shame. They didn't decide to. Not to unpack a bit. This is
I do find it interesting though that they even built it in the first place rather than just extending the line 2. Like, they built it to be replaced, but then they never did the replacement.
Wait, they built it to be replaced? I thought the whole point was like they wanted to build it and then extend it.
Well, the idea originally was that, like, you know, they didn't have enough money to do all of, like, the line 2 extension to Scarborough. So they were like, no, why don't we just build, like, a lighter version and get the service there to start with, and then in a few years, when we have the rest of the funding, we can convert it. Oh,
did not get the rest of the funding.
they did not get the funding.
Oh, there's a second guy. Where?
So- Why did they go with the like Gadget Bond Pogorino?
Because Bombardier.
Well, they also had, like, the Go alert thing that they were gonna do, I think, at the time. So that was, like, supposedly in development. So they used, like, the same, like, general frame from those on it, because, like, it was like, oh, well, Go's gonna get some, so why don't we get some?
Bombardier has good salesmen. Or had, I guess.
Let's see.
I-
Oh, what, Bruce?
I had to do work at Bombardier's headquarters in Montreal.
Or what
It-
used to be.
Well, no, it still is because they still make airplanes.
Oh, it's the airplane division. Okay.
Mhm.
That's still
It was
Bombardier.
the saddest office part.
Oh, damn. That's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
But
see,
they bought a couple $1 million worth of stuff for my company, so like,
Yang Gang?
yeah,
I assume like servers and stuff.
yeah.
That's good.
Let's see.
Thoughts on VTA's light rail?
It's fine. They just need to build more TOD. Just need to build more. I mean, that's literally the majority of the problem with California systems are that they just need to build more density in TOD.
In the case of San Jose, don't build pods to the airport.
Yeah, don't do that. That is
But
that is not a pro gamer move as they think it is.
be on board with such a project.
What do you mean by that, Charlie?
The future the future is now.
What are you implying, Charlie?
That you like the pods.
How dare you? Just because I come from somewhere where they are building the project that will make Jacksonville, Florida, the Silicon Valley of the East, does not mean I support the project.
Silicon Valley of the East is West Virginia. I think
Not,
it.
not after June 2025, which is totally going to be the date this will start and won't get delayed.
So, what's Jacksonville's silicon themed name gonna be? Because West Virginia's is Virginia Slopes.
What?
Mm-hmm. So there was Silicon Valley, and then when the tech industry moves to new places, they give themselves a silicon themed name.
What's Austin's?
Oh, I'd have to look that up.
They're
Okay.
weird, so they're weird for their people.
True.
Ideally, a busway on the freeway would be great. Panem, yeah. I mean, like more places should do kind of what they did in New York on the Lincoln Tunnel.
Like in terms of like what separate busways or?
Well, the XBX or whatever it's called, the Lincoln Tunnel busway thing. It's good. It's very good. It can put a lot of buses through it. They need to do that on the Ben Franklin Bridge. I don't know what that I should push for a little bit more, because a lot of these South Jersey buses would be so much better if they didn't get stuck in traffic.
It's this Route 15 PCCs. Are those happening?
Yes, they're coming back on in September apparently, or end of September, beginning of October. I've heard.
Damn, September's a big month. You get PCCs and you get Brightline same month.
Yeah, I need to look into buying a ticket for that and see if I can. I might literally like fly down to Miami, take the train up to Orlando, fly back.
I'm debating that also.
I think that would be incredibly funny.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds
Speedrunning
like
Florida.
they're getting there. Like, I think literally, like, today is supposed to be, I think, when they're wrapping up some of the final signal stuff.
Okay.
Today isn't Thursday.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they're just gonna run test trains, I guess.
Yeah, for presumably a few weeks until the FRA says go.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. I mean, their operation isn't that complicated, so, and they're not running with freight, so the FRA doesn't really have too many
Well,
issues.
On the new part.
On the new part, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Well,
guess.
I mean, they have to approve, I think, the whole thing.
Oh yeah, true.
They are also running freight on the new part.
No?
The new
Like,
part, it was yeah, but the
Rose, what
train.
is the
the origi-
dedicated passenger part.
I
like,
know, but if you're referring to the dedicated part or the new part, technically freight is part of the new part
Also,
because
Okay.
that
I'm
I'm specifying that because that's also part that has to get FRA certified. So like,
That's what we.
yeah,
That's what
fair
they're saying.
enough. Okay. I guess if you're saying new part is including the FEC from Cocoa to West Palm, yes. Yeah. And then the dedicated part from Cocoa to Orlando will not have freight. So, yeah. To just clarify that completely.
hi stream. I am tired, and it's been a long stream. So I'm gonna say thanks for tuning in with everything. I'm gonna come up with a schedule. I think we're gonna do at least one weekday and then one weekend. In the weekend, I'll have like an earlier stream so that Europeans can actually tune into it. Because obviously starting at like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard means that like it's like 1 a.m. in Europe, which not the easiest thing to tune into. So we're gonna figure something out. But yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I think that for the first stream that went really well. We'll see y'all around or in whatever next video comes up. I should have another second channel video coming soon. But yeah, we'll see ya.